This is your everyday English class.
Hello! Welcome to English Cactus. My name is Anna.
And my name is Brian. This podcast will help you practice your English in a fun and natural way, improving your listening skills.
And today, we're going to talk about something that confuses almost every English learner: how to use in, on, and at the easy way.
Yes, and let's be honest, most students think prepositions are hard, but the truth is that nobody ever explained them in a simple way. Today, we will. And once you understand this, everyday English becomes so much easier. You'll finally feel confident when talking about time, places, your routine, and real-life situations.
Tell us in the comments where you're from.
And please, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Your support is really important to us, and it helps you stay updated so you don't miss anything. And tell us in the comments where you're listening from.
If learning English sometimes feels stressful, don't worry, you're not alone. We know it can be challenging to use the right words when you're nervous or in a real situation. But just relax, breathe. You don't need to understand everything at once. Listen at your own pace.
After the dialogue, we'll explain the vocabulary, the important expressions, and even cultural details that will make everything clearer. By the end of this episode, you'll be able to use in, on, and at with confidence, even if you're a beginner.
Now grab your coffee, relax, and let's begin.
Hey Maya, good morning. You're here early today. What time did you get here?
Good morning, Lucas. I got here at 8. And hey, before anything, keep going, okay? Your English is getting better every day.
Thanks, that means a lot. I'm trying to study English every day. But actually, I'm glad you're here because I need help with something. I always get confused with in, on, and at. I feel like I use them wrong all the time.
Oh, you're not alone. Many people feel the same. But today, I'll help you understand these prepositions in a very easy way, and we can practice together. You're doing great already, so don't worry.
Great, let's do it. Maybe we can make sentences from real life.
Of course, that's the best way. Real examples help a lot. And listen, learn something new every day, even if it's small. That's how we grow.
True. Okay, so let's start with in. What's the secret?
The easy way to remember is in is for big places or long times, like in a city, in a country, in the morning, in 2020.
Ah, right. So I can say, I live in São Paulo.
Yes, that's perfect. But wait, let me correct one small thing. You said I live in São Paulo, and that's correct. But if you say the neighborhood, you also use in, like I live in Moema.
Good to know. So in means something big or general.
Exactly. Think of it like a box. When you are inside something, you use in, like in the room, in the store, in the car.
Okay, but sometimes people say on the bus. Why is it on and not in?
Great question. That confuses many students. Here's the trick. We use on for public transportation and places where you can stand up or move around.
Interesting. So on the bus, on the train, on the plane?
Exactly. And also on the subway, on the boat, on the ship.
Got it. So let's talk about on. What's the short explanation?
Easy. On is for surfaces or specific days/dates. Examples, on the table, on the wall, on the floor, and also on Monday, on January 1st.
Oh, I heard that one before. So if I say, my keys are on the table, that's correct.
Yes, perfect. And listen, if you ever get nervous, you can also use simple phrases like, this one please, or here please. But try to use prepositions too. Practice makes everything easier.
Okay, nice. But then what about at? I think that's the one that really confuses me.
Good. At sounds scary, but it's not. The easy rule is, at is for specific points or exact places/time.
Points?
Yes, like a dot on a map. Not big like in a city, not like a surface. A point. Examples, at home, at school, at work, at the door, at the bus stop, at 7 p.m.
So at is used when the place feels exact.
Exactly. For example, you are at the office now, but you are in the office building, and your computer is on your desk.
Wow, that's a perfect example. In, on, at in one sentence.
Yes. Want to try making your own?
Sure, let me think. How about, I study English in the evening, but I like to read at night, and I put my books on my bed.
That's perfect. But I'd say one thing. At night is a fixed expression. Don't worry, you didn't make a mistake. It's just good to know.
Good to know. So, in the evening, but at night.
Exactly. English is full of little exceptions, but they become natural when you practice.
Can I try another one?
Sure thing.
I want to travel in December, but the flight is on December 20th, and I need to be at the airport at 5 a.m.
That's amazing. Completely correct. See, you're learning fast.
Thanks, I'm trying to keep going. But I still get confused when talking about locations in a city. Like, do I say in the street, or on the street, or at the street?
Great question. We usually say on the street, but if you say in the street, it means literally in the middle of the street, like standing in the road. And at the street is not common.
So if I say, I live on Maple Street, that's correct.
Totally correct. But you can also say, I live in Maple Street, in British English. Americans prefer on, but both exist.
Good to know. And what about in the park versus at the park?
Nice. Both are possible depending on what you mean. If you're inside the park, in the park. If you're at the location of the park, in general, at the park.
Example?
Sure. I'm in the park, I'm sitting on the grass. Or, I'm at the park, come meet me here.
Oh, okay. Location versus inside.
Exactly. You're understanding everything. I'm proud of you.
Thanks. I feel more confident now. But I want to practice more. Can we do a little challenge? You ask me something, and I answer using in, on, or at.
I love that. Let's do it. First question, where do you keep your phone at night?
I keep it on my bedside table.
Perfect. Next, where were you born?
I was born in Brazil.
Nice. What time do you usually wake up?
I wake up at 6:30.
Great. Where do you like to study English?
I like studying English in my room, but sometimes I study at the library.
Amazing. And one more. What's on your desk right now?
My laptop is on my desk, and my coffee too.
Good. And remember, drink your coffee slowly and relax. You're doing great.
Thanks. Okay, now you answer. Where is your phone right now?
My phone is in my bag, and my bag is on the chair.
Nice. Where do you work?
I work at a language school, but I live in a small town near here.
And what time do you start working?
I start at 9 a.m., but I like to arrive in the morning to prepare.
Great. This practice really helps. I think repetition is the key.
Exactly. The more you use English, the more natural it becomes. And don't forget, study English every day, even for just 5 minutes.
I will. Oh, I have a question. Why do we say in the morning, but at noon?
Another good question. Morning, afternoon, and evening are periods of time, longer blocks, so we use in. But noon and midnight are exact points, so we use at.
That makes sense. And what about on the weekend?
Good catch. Americans say on the weekend. British English says at the weekend.
Both are correct. English really has many variations, right?
It does, but don't stress. Use the version you prefer. The important thing is communication.
True. Oh, I remembered something. People say at the beach, but also on the beach. Why?
Nice one. At the beach equals the beach area in general. On the beach, on the sand.
So if I'm sitting on the sand, I say I'm on the beach.
Exactly. And if you want someone to meet you close to the beach, you can say, let's meet at the beach.
Got it. I really feel like all of this is becoming easier.
It is, because you're practicing. And honestly, many people learn the rules, but they never use them. You're actually applying them, so you will remember.
Thanks. So let's make more examples together.
Sure. Let's imagine a small story. You say the first part, I continue, and we can try to use many prepositions.
Okay. Yesterday, I was at the mall with my cousin.
Nice. We were in a shoe store looking for sneakers.
Then I saw a pair I liked on the top shelf.
We tried them on, and they fit perfectly.
After that, we walked in the mall for 2 hours.
Then we met our friend at the food court.
Yes, and she was sitting on a chair eating ice cream.
Later, we went to the cinema and watched a movie in room number 3.
Finally, we left at 10 p.m.
Amazing practice. You're nailing it.
Thank you. This whole conversation really helped me. I feel like I finally understand how to use in, on, and at.
Great job. Remember, learning English is a journey. Don't rush, don't stress. Keep going, learn something new every day. And if you make mistakes, no problem. Everyone does. What matters is that you keep practicing.
I will. Thanks for explaining everything so clearly, Maya.
Anytime. And next time we meet, let's practice phrasal verbs or maybe new vocabulary.
Sounds great. See you next time.
See ya. And keep practicing English every single day.
Wow, that was such a nice story between Lucas and Maya. I really liked how natural their conversation felt, and I hope you did too. And hey, remember, our team works hard to bring you free, high-quality English lessons every week. If you want to support us, even with a small amount, you can use the Buy Me a Coffee link in the description. It really helps us continue creating these lessons for you.
Absolutely. And now, just like always, we're going to break down some important phrases from the dialogue. We'll explain why they were used, what they mean, and how you can use them in your life. After that, we'll talk about vocabulary and some cultural tips too, so don't go anywhere.
Let's begin with the first key phrase. Remember, we repeat the phrases because repetition helps your listening skills and makes English easier to understand. 1. The first phrase, I got here at 8. In the dialogue, Maya said, I got here at 8. This is a very common and natural phrase. It simply means, I arrived at 8. In English, when we talk about exact times, 8 o'clock, 7:15, 10:30, we always use at. So if you want to say the time you arrived somewhere, you can say, I got here at 7. I arrived at the office at 9:30. It's clear, simple, and very natural.
Yes, and let me add something. Native speakers use got here all the time. It's more casual and friendly than arrived. For example, if a friend asks, what time did you get here? You can answer, I got here at 6. It's perfect for daily conversation. You can also change the place. I got home at 11. I got to the gym at 5. Just remember, get here, get there, get home, but get to a place.
2. Lucas said, I'm trying to study English every day. This is one of my favorite sentences in the whole dialogue. Lucas said, I'm trying to study English every day. And this is so important because studying a little bit every day really changes your progress. You don't need 2 hours. Even 10 minutes can help.
Exactly. And the phrase, I'm trying to, is extremely common in English. It shows effort and intention. For example, I'm trying to wake up earlier. I'm trying to eat healthier. I'm trying to read more. It's a very polite and honest way to talk about goals, and it's great because English speakers use it all the time.
3. Maya said, you're doing great. Don't worry. I love this one because it's motivating and learning English requires confidence. You're doing great is a simple and warm phrase. You can use it with friends, coworkers, or anyone who needs encouragement.
Yes, and the second part, don't worry, is very natural. You can say it in many situations. Don't worry, it's okay. Don't worry, take your time. Don't worry, you're improving. It's friendly and helps create a safe environment for communication.
4. Maya explained, in is for big places or long times. This explanation is gold. Maya said, in is for big places or long times. And that's such an easy way to remember. Examples, in the morning, in 2020, in Brazil, in the store. It's used when you are inside something, physically or metaphorically.
Yes, and I like how she gave the box analogy. Thinking of in as a box is perfect. Imagine space around you. If you feel inside that space, you use in. For example, I'm in the car. I'm in class. I'm in the building. This mental picture helps beginners learn quickly.
5. Lucas asked, but sometimes people say on the bus. Why? This question is excellent because many students ask it. Lucas was confused about in the bus versus on the bus, and Maya explained it perfectly. We use on for transportation because you can stand, walk, or move inside it.
Exactly. This is something you will hear every day in English. I'm on the bus. I'm on the train. I'm on the plane. Remember, on equals public transportation. And this is one of those rules that becomes natural once you hear it often.
6. Maya said, on is for surfaces or specific days and dates. This rule is one of the easiest ways to remember on. Maya used very clear examples in the dialogue. On the table, on the wall, on Monday, on January 1st. These are phrases native speakers use constantly. If something is touching a surface, it's usually on it. And for days and dates, we always say on.
Right, and you can practice this immediately at home. Just look around your room and describe what you see. My phone is on the bed. The remote is on the sofa. My shoes are on the floor. This kind of practice trains your brain to use prepositions naturally. And for days, you can say, I work on Monday. I have class on Friday. I was born on July 2nd.
Now that we've finished talking about the main phrases from the dialogue, let's move into the vocabulary section. These are 7 important and useful words that appeared in the story. They're great for everyday English, especially for intermediate learners who want to sound more natural.
Yes, and we're not just giving definitions. We're going to explain how you can actually use these words in real situations. This is super important because vocabulary only becomes part of your English when you can use it in your daily life.
1. Arrive or get here. Arrive is the formal way to say you reached a place. But in natural conversation, people prefer get here, get there, or get home. In the dialogue, Maya said, I got here at 8, which sounds very friendly and casual. You can say, I arrived at the airport, but it's more natural to say, I got to the airport at 6. And here's an important point. We say get to a place, but get home has no to. So you say, I got home at 10, not I got to home. Learning this difference helps avoid a very common mistake. 2. Inside. This word is connected to the preposition in. Inside means within a space or container. In the dialogue, Maya explained that in works like a box. If you are inside the space, you say in. Examples. I'm inside the house. The keys are inside my bag. And here's something interesting. Inside can also be used metaphorically. Inside my mind. Inside the story. Inside the problem. This shows how flexible the word is. It's simple but very useful.
3. Surface.
Maya said that on is used for surfaces. But what is a surface? It's the top part of something, flat or even slightly curved. Many learners forget this word, but it's key to understanding on. Examples. On the table, on the shelf, on the floor. And here's something extra. Sometimes people use on for screens too, because screens act like surfaces. For example, it's on TV. I saw it on Instagram. I read it on your website. This is a very modern use of on that learners must know.
4. General versus specific.
The dialogue uses the idea of something being general or specific to explain in, on, and at. This is powerful because prepositions often depend on how precise the location or time is. General, bigger, not exact. In the city, in the morning, in the building. Specific, exact point. At 7 p.m., at the door, at the bus stop. These 2 words, general and specific, help you think about prepositions in a logical way. If the idea is big, you use in. If the idea is a point, you use at. And that simple thinking can reduce 80% of preposition mistakes. 5. Practice. This is one of the most important words for English learners. Practice means doing something many times so it becomes easier. Maya said, English becomes natural when you practice, and this is very true. Examples. I practice speaking every day. I practice guitar on weekends. I need more practice with listening.
Yes, and here's something cool. Practice can be a noun or a verb. Verb, I practice English. Noun, I need more practice. This makes it flexible and useful in many contexts.
6. Location. Location is a great word because it helps describe places without being too specific. It's perfect for prepositions like at, which often talks about general location. Examples: I'm at the park. She is at the mall. They're at the office. And notice how location is used in real life. Google Maps asks for your location. Your phone has location services. Hotels ask the location of your room. It's a word that appears everywhere, so it's good to understand it deeply.
7. Confused.
Lucas said he was confused about prepositions. This is a word students use a lot. Confused means you don't understand something, but it's important to know how to use it correctly. Correct. I'm confused about this. I'm confused by the instructions. I get confused sometimes.
You can also use confusing. This rule is confusing. The instructions are confusing. Confused, you're feeling. Confusing, the thing causing the feeling. A simple difference, but very important for sounding natural.
And these were the 7 important vocabulary words from today's dialogue. Remember, vocabulary becomes real when you use it, so try choosing 2 or 3 of these words and create a sentence right after this episode. Now that we've looked at the vocabulary, let's move into one of my favorite parts of every episode, the cultural tips. This is where we talk about how English speakers actually behave, think, and communicate in real-life situations. Because learning a language isn't only about grammar, it's also about culture.
Exactly. And today's topic, the prepositions in, on, and at, is deeply connected to how people describe time, places, routines, and everyday life. So understanding culture helps you use these prepositions more naturally, the same way native speakers do.
Tip 1. How English speakers naturally talk about time. In English-speaking cultures, people usually organize their schedules in a very structured, almost time-boxed way. So using at for specific times is extremely common, and it's also expected. For example, if you say, "Let's meet at 7," it feels exact and respectful. People value punctuality, especially in the US, Canada, and the UK.
Yes, and being late without saying anything can feel impolite. So even the preposition you choose can communicate a cultural message. If you say, "I'll get there in the evening," the person understands you will come, but not at a specific time. But if you say, "I'll get there at 7," it shows commitment and responsibility. So prepositions actually affect how people trust you in conversations.
Tip 2. How English speakers describe location in daily life. When English speakers give directions or describe where they are, they almost always think in terms of levels: general area, in, specific point, at, surface or a linear path, on. For example, I'm in the store, inside the building. I'm at the entrance, specific point. I'm on the second floor, a level surface.
This structure helps conversations stay clear. If you're meeting someone at a mall and you say, "I'm in the mall," that only tells them the big area. But if you say, "I'm at the food court," now they know the exact point. Native speakers love efficiency. They try to communicate location in the fastest and clearest way possible.
Tip 3. Why on the weekend versus at the weekend exists. Many learners get confused about this difference. In American English, people say on the weekend, while in British English, people say at the weekend. But the cultural reason behind this is interesting. Americans see the weekend as a block of time, like a long day, so on fits naturally. British speakers see it more like a general moment or event, so at fits the cultural perspective.
And this is important because it reminds students that English is not one single culture. It's a family of cultures. Both versions are correct, and people will understand you anywhere. The key is to choose the version that feels natural to you.
Tip 4. How English speakers talk about transportation.
Many students wonder why we say on the bus, on the train, or on the plane. This is connected to the cultural idea that these places are shared spaces where people move around freely, like platforms or open surfaces.
Yes, and also in many English-speaking cultures, public transportation is considered a public platform, so the preposition on matches this idea. You stand on the platform, walk on the train floor, or move on the bus steps. This is why on is used. even though you are technically inside. Tip 6. The idea of personal versus public space in prepositions. English-speaking cultures separate personal space and public space. This affects how they use prepositions. For example, in my room, personal private area. At the library, public area where activities happen. On the street, public surface used by everyone.
And this is interesting. When people talk about places where people gather, they often use at. At the concert, at the party, at the game. Even though these places may be indoors, the culture focuses on the event, not the physical space, which is why at is the natural choice.
Tip 6. Social expectations around meeting points. When English speakers plan to meet someone, they usually choose a specific point, not a general area. That's why at is so common. Meet me at the cafe. I'm at the entrance. We're at table 5.
And here's a cultural insight. Saying I'm in the cafe is correct, but less helpful. It doesn't help the other person find you quickly. So at becomes not just a grammar choice, but a social courtesy.
Tip 7. Time, routine, and identity. English speakers often use prepositions to express identity or routine. I'm at work. I'm at school. I'm at the gym. These phrases are almost like labels that describe who you are in that moment.
Yes, and they are extremely common. People will ask you, are you at work right now? Are you at home? Are you at the store? These phrases are culturally tied to productivity, daily habits, and personal organization.
Now we'll give you some model sentences so you can build your own phrases using in, on, and at. These are simple structures you can follow anytime you get confused. Remember, repeat them out loud if you can. Repetition really helps your brain learn naturally.
Yes, and we'll start with the easiest patterns. After that, we'll give you some backup phrases you can use when you feel nervous in a real situation. Let's begin.
Using in, model sentences. In is used for big places, containers, and long periods of time. Here are some simple models. I live in plus city or country. Example, I live in Brazil. I study in plus room or place. Example, I study in my bedroom. I work in plus month, year. Example, I travel in July.
Brian is. On is for surfaces, days, and transportation. My phone is plus surface. Example, my phone is on the table. I work on plus day. Example, I work on Monday. I'm on plus bus, train, plane. Example, I'm on the bus.
At is for exact points, addresses, and specific times. I arrive at plus time. Example, I arrive at 6. I'm at plus location. Example, I'm at the library. Let's meet at plus specific point. Example, let's meet at the entrance.
If you freeze and forget the preposition, use these simple phrases. This one, please. Can you repeat that? What do you recommend? Here, please. I'm not sure. Can you help me?
These phrases are simple and safe. They help you communicate even when you're not confident with the grammar.
And that's it for today's episode. You learned how to use in, on, and at in a clear, simple, and natural way. Now you can describe time, places, routines, and daily situations with much more confidence.
We talked about general versus specific points, surfaces, transportation, time expressions, and even cultural ideas that help you understand why native speakers use these prepositions the way they do. You heard the dialogue, the vocabulary, and the explanations. Now it's your turn to use them.
Here's the question we want you to think about. Can you make 3 sentences using in, 3 using on, and 3 using at? Try writing them in the comments. We'll read them, and we love seeing your progress.
And ask yourself something important. If you practiced these prepositions for just 5 minutes every day, how much more confident would your English be in 1 week, or even 1 month? Small actions create big changes, so don't stop here.
Keep practicing, keep improving. You deserve to become fluent. And we are here to help you every step of the way. Share this episode with a friend who is learning English too. It can really help them.
Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new lessons. Thank you for being here with us today. Take care, keep going, and we'll see you in the next episode.